Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, last night was the red carpet world premiere of Spider-Man No Way Home. I watched the live stream on TikTok, which, by the way, just a quick side note, kind of wish they wouldn't have just done it as a TikTok exclusive. I get it because it's like some sort of partnership between Sony and Marvel and TikTok and everything, but at the same time, I wish they would have just done it on YouTube because then I could actually, watch it through YouTube on my TV instead of having to, sit there on my phone the whole time. But anyway, that's just a quick side rant. We gotta talk about this because now this movie is out there in the world, which really means you need to be careful of spoilers. If you don't want this movie to be spoiled for you, I recommend staying off the internet as much as possible. I've already deleted Twitter, because Twitter is like the main place for spoilers. But there's gonna be spoilers on the internet now, so just be warned, be careful, good luck, stay safe out there. But with this also, now that people have seen this movie, we're getting our first reactions to the film. And usually I don't do videos breaking down the first reactions to a movie because, a lot of the time they're kind of fake and these are people that just got out of the movie. So it is kind of like a recency bias. But specifically for this movie, I wanted to do a video on it just because I thought some of these reviews were really, really interesting. Especially given how big this movie is, I feel like we really do need to talk about this because I've only looked at a couple different reviews this morning, but for the most part, people are loving this movie so much. You have people calling this not only the best Marvel movie of all time, but the best superhero movie of all time, and some people are even saying it's the best movie of all time. And they thought their expectations were too high, but it's even better than they expected. This movie is everything that they wanted and more, which obviously gets me excited because that's something that was always a concern for me with this movie, seeing that sure, it's cool that we're doing all this multiverse stuff and bringing back all these characters like hopefully Toby and Andrew and like all these Sinister Six villains. It just always piqued my interest in thinking about like, all right, but how are they gonna do this well? Because last night I just watched Spider-Man 3 and I actually really enjoy that movie, but the one thing that's, bad about that movie, that why it gets so much hate, is because it's just too overstepped. I mean, you've got 3 different villains in that movie trying to develop all of their stories at once. So now in this movie with 5 villains, plus Doctor Strange, plus the identity reveal and all that stuff, there's a lot going on here. So I was concerned about how they were going to handle that. But a lot of these reviews mention that they're able to balance that out really, really well, and specifically that each of these villains have a specific story, they have a specific arc, and that's not all something I was expecting. I was really not expecting that, but I'm glad that that's going to be a thing in this movie. Also, according to a lot of reviewers, this movie is going to be a roller coaster of emotions. First of all, it's super funny, which is great. That's something you got to have in Spider-Man movies. But also, it's very emotional. Emotional. That's the word. A lot of people were crying. And, I am 100% prepared to do that. I mean, I cried during Spider-Man 3 last night. And I've seen that movie a bunch of times. But I'm so ready to do it with this movie. This movie is going to literally destroy Peter Parker. I'm assuming some of his close people, main characters, supporting cast, are going to die, and it's going to be very sad, and he's going to have to really come to terms with the idea of with great power comes great responsibility, and learn that he has to deal with these consequences. And that's just something I'm so excited to see, and the nostalgia and everything is another thing that people were hitting on. There were a couple of bad reviews saying that it was a little messy, that, the first half of the movie was a little meh, but then it got really good in the second half, which is understandable because, again, there's a lot being piled in this movie, especially with the identity reveal from the post-credits scene of Far From Home, with now Peter being outed as Spider-Man to the world. That was another thing I was concerned about, like, are they going to be able to handle that on top of all this multiverse stuff? And, as expected, it is kind of going to take the backseat, but it's it's gonna be good. I'm so excited for this movie. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're days away now, people. Like, it's right there. Hopefully you've already gotten your tickets. I'm gonna be seeing it this Sunday. So of course I'm gonna be doing a review and spoiler review and all that stuff, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, another quick thing I want to mention, I am going to be doing also a final last predictions video for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do that. Possibly today, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, Thursday might be too long of a wait, especially because it'll be out in some places by then. But let me know your own ideas in the comments below, some theories and, last minute predictions that you want me to maybe include in those videos. I'll maybe even give you a shout out or something. And, yeah, so guys, this is it. Spider-Man No Way Home. People are loving this movie. They're saying it's the best Spider-Man movie, the best Marvel movie, the best superhero movie of all time. It's absolute cinema, and I'm so excited for this. But guys, let me know your own thoughts in the comments below. What are your reactions to these reactions? And again, your final minute predictions and theories for Spider-Man No Way Home. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.